Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Disabled Reality. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have two topics for today's show, in which the first one is New York City NYPD is becoming reformed and going to become more community friendly. And the second topic is New York City Mayor's office has to show the good police officers that his office has their backs and will not tolerate the actions of rioters. So let's get right into the first topic. New York City NYPD is becoming reformed and going to become more community friendly. New York Mayor's office has already started this process, and it's already been basically passed that out of the $6 billion to be going to the NYPD, 1 billion out of that is going to be taken out and going to youth and community services. And that also in turn means that $5 billion will still go to the NYPD to show to show them that he's still giving to them. He still has their backs as well. Okay, and so that what that also means is um, a lot of the units that the NYPD has had, um, they're getting rid of a lot of the some units, and what they're doing is condensing things, which should have been done a long time ago. Don't get me wrong, but I'm glad it's happening now, and better late than never. In which there's also been within the NYPD. There's already been a unit uh, that's been around for quite some time that is community based, you know, and that helps build good relations between the community and the NYPD. And so, um, you know, that community based unit is going to be built up even stronger. And there's also going to be money going to like community based services out in the community that helps community leaders to to build up places to where they can help uh, the uh, the younger generation and stuff like that. So that $1 billion really goes a long way, and officers will be taken out of those broken down units and put into other units. Okay, and um, I think it was like the anti-crime unit that's being dismantled, taken away, and because basically that uh that basically is like the last chapter of the stop and frisk program that former Mayor Bloomberg created, and that program clearly did not work out. And even though the intentions of that program what may have been good, it was not well thought out. It was not enforced well, and there was some bad police officers that said, "Listen, I'm going to take advantage of this program, and uh, and I'm not going to act properly, and I'm going to do the wrong things and stuff like that." And so those bad officers also made that program look really bad. Now, within that program, there were some good things as well, and I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to reveal that little secret. And that good part, okay, I'm sure it's going to be taken and given to another unit in which officers are going to be uh, trained over again. They're going to be given new training and more better training and stuff like that. In which part of that is to learn how to become more community friendly, and to not do the stop and frisk, and not to uh, um, commit illegal acts, like murder and stuff like that. So they're going to become more community friendly in many ways, and that's a great start. And a lot of people are against this money, the $1 billion being taken away from the NYPD, in which, in my opinion, is I don't see why $5 billion isn't good enough. Seriously, $1 billion can go to help community-based units and services and programs in which to try to help build a better relationship between the community and the NYPD, which is desperately needed. So the NYPD just needs to condense things, okay, and to get better training at becoming more community friendly. And like I said, getting rid of the last unit is the end of the stop and frisk program, which didn't work out. So this is all to help both the community and the NYPD as well. All right, now, um, but there's also going to be idiots out there that are going to say, "Oh, this is not good enough. This is not good enough. I'm not going to like this. I'm going to find everything negative." Stop the nonsense. Stop it. Get your brain out from where the sun don't shine. Start to act like you have intelligence for once in your pathetic life. Okay? These are good things that are happening. So stop the nonsense. Now, um, let's get right into the second topic of today's show, in which the New York City mayor's office has to show the good police officers that his office has their backs and will not tolerate the actions of rioters. Let's call everything fairly right down the line here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be fair. Let's use some sort of common sense, okay? Now, um, like I just said, it's proving that the actions of the bad officers are not going to be tolerated anymore. That's already starting to be proven already, okay? From these bad officers being fired, okay, to uh, money be given to community-based services, as well as to the NYPD for the good officers, okay, and um, and so on and so forth with these good things. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin, in which um, these rioters, their actions could not be tolerated either, just like the actions of the bad officers cannot be tolerated either. Okay, neither can the actions of the rioters. Let's be fair here. So the New York City mayor's office needs to show the good officers, because not all police officers are bad, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just call it for what it is, okay? Now, to help the good police officers who didn't do anything wrong, the mayor's office really needs to show that his office has their backs too. Now, um, aside from already proving that the NYPD is getting the $5 billion, okay, also what's happening is the body cameras for these police officers, uh, more of them are going to be given to the officers, okay, in which there's now new rules for that, in which these cameras really have to be working from the moment that these officers start their job. Okay, they have to turn on these cameras no matter what, as soon as they start their job. And uh, also these cameras have to be checked every 30 days. Okay, so there's no nonsense now, really, in which these body cameras, go to help the NYPD, the officers, as well as people in the community too, because the people in the community have the right to use their cell phones or whatever else they use to video the police. So that's fine. You want to use your cameras on your cell phone or whatever? Beautiful, magnificent. That can go along with the body cameras of the police officers. So if the cameras of the cell phones from the people in the community are just showing, you know, uh, uh, um, you know, a short section of what's going on, the video cameras, the body cameras of the police officers will have the full story. The cameras, the body cameras, the cameras in their police cars or whatever, however it's going to go, it will show the full story from beginning to end. So, um, oh, and also before I forget, for to show the people in the community that the mayor's office is standing with them. It's now uh, the records of the officers are going to become more transparent and to become more available to the community. Okay, and there's a lot of elected officials that are not cool with that for many different reasons. But if you have an officer that to show that committed murder or whatever, these records are important. Okay, and for years the community wasn't allowed. Nobody could get these records, in which a lot of those records showed that a lot of these bad officers had records going, the size of Texas. So this nonsense of protecting the bad police officers, because like I said, not all police officers are bad. There's still a lot of good police officers out there. It's just that the bad police officers make the good police officers look bad. Okay? And that's all going to come to a screeching halt very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And it's not about defunding everything of the NYPD, get rid of the police officers, all police officers, and this and that. Stop the damn nonsense. Stop being stupid all of your life. Okay? It's not going to happen. Now, the community has to work really well with the good police officers that are showing that they want to work well with the community. That's it. Bottom line. No other nonsense. That's it. And so now to show that the mayor's office, has the backs of the good police officers, like I said, the body cameras, the cameras of the vehicle, that's a step in the right direction. The NYPD got the $5 billion. Well, that's to show that he's on the side of the good police officers. Hello, and all this condensing of the NYPD, of the units and stuff, that's going to end up being a very good thing, especially after the new trainings and stuff. So that's another step in the right direction. But now the mayor's office has to raise that bar a bit higher and show the good police officers that he has their backs by showing how he's going to help them to against these rioters. These rioters, they have to be stopped. Their actions cannot be tolerated. And in my opinion, these rioters also need to be put in prison, a real prison. Get rid of the juvie hall. It doesn't work. It's a waste of time. And put these kids, these rioters, because they're kids, they're teenagers, right? Put them in a real prison cell with the adults that are the real murderers, the real rapists, the real drug addicts, Okay? Put them in a prison cell, in the adult prison cell with them. Okay? And leave them in there for a good amount of time. And I could pretty much guarantee that these rioters, these teenagers, won't last very long in there. Good, 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 good. They deserve to be treated like garbage, just as they've been acting. And speaking of putting people in prison, the bad police officers that have committed illegal murder need to be put in prison as well. Fairness all across the board. That's what really needs to happen as well. So you have a lot of the good things going on, like I mentioned. Now it's time to raise that bar a little bit more. So that's my opinions, ladies and gentlemen. And since I don't have much time, I want to remind everybody about my business, my website, which is Advocate Information Highway, and the link to my website is awldny.com. And you guys can check out all the pages on there. Don't forget to donate on the donations page, and don't forget to check out the shows page of the website too, and also my blog page that's on there, and the newspapers page that's on there as well. And also, don't forget to check out the store page of the website, in which you'll see the three sections on there. In which the first section is to the uh, is to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products and they're up for sale on there. The second section is to both books that I wrote, in which you guys can take a sneak peek into each book. The first book that I wrote is called Let's Talk About It. The second book that I wrote is called Let's Talk About It More. You guys could take a sneak peek into them, and you can also purchase them as well. Now, the third section of the store page of my website is to the website that my husband and I have together called oddsandends.com. That's ODDZ like zebra, N like Nancy, ENDS.com. And you guys can purchase a lot of our products on there as well. And after I'm done hosting this show, I will host an episode of my show Advocate Information Highway on my YouTube channel. You guys could check that out. And um, all the shows, all the episodes for each show that I host, the two that I host here on Spreaker.com, Equality and Rights for All, which is scheduled for Thursdays, their show Disabled Reality, which is scheduled for Fridays. You can also hear these episodes on my YouTube channel as well. And you can also, when you're on there, you can also check out all the episodes of my show Advocate Information Highway that I host on YouTube as well. And if you guys go to my YouTube channel, please, I would really appreciate this. Please hit the subscribe button. That'll be greatly appreciated. And so with that, I hope to speak to everybody again uh, in a few minutes for my show Advocate Information Highway on YouTube. And I hope to speak to everybody again next week, next Thursday, for Equality and Rights for All here on Spreaker.com. And also for next Friday for this show, Disabled Reality, again here on Spreaker.com. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.